yes, my Straight Talk family, whenever you hear that theme song, you know it's time for me to say goodnight to the world. And in fact, it's time for me to say goodnight to St. Kitts and Nevis and the entire Caribbean region. And welcome all to Straight Talk for another edition on this Thursday, the 10th of October, the year of our Lord 2024. And we welcome all, like I said, to Straight Talk, and thank those who continue to share the link. Because whenever you do share the link, we do have first-timers. And just to let the first-timers know that Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, you do have a forum to express yourselves freely. On this program, we try to raise the level of national consciousness. We try to raise the level of national discourse by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liburd, and I thank Almighty God for blessing me with the opportunity to join you in conversation on yet another occasion. And as your host, I continue to pledge to remain an untiring advocate of truthfulness. And as I always remind myself of the words from this favorite hymn of mine by Thomas Jackson and Franz Joseph Haydn, which goes like this: we are called to be God's prophets, speaking for the truth and right, standing firm for godly justice, bringing evil things to light. Let's seek the courage needed, our high calling to fulfill, that we all may know the blessing of the doing of God's will. So my Straight Talk family, welcome again. And I want to reassure you and to assure you, those first-timers, that absolutely nothing is watered down on this program to make it more interesting. Not by omission nor by exaggeration, because we are not about sensationalism or creating excitement, especially at the expense of accuracy. We always lead on the facts, and it's my duty to present the unvarnished truth, I call it, especially the plain truth, especially when it comes to governance and transparency in St. Kitts and Nevis. And this program, we are joined together with people across our federation. We are joined together with people across the diaspora all across the world. And my Straight Talk family, let's thank Almighty God nonetheless for helping us to understand, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Let us therefore hope and pray for that day when we will all sing his praise together. So I must also inform the first-timers that Straight Talk is a participative program. By that I mean we include your calls, we include your emails, and if you're so minded, call in. The numbers are 663-6672 or 646-829-6672. And for those who like what I call the cloak of anonymity, we give you access via our email platform, and that address is straighttalkpatches, that's one word, at gmail.com. We also heard live. For those of you who have the Alexa app, all you have to say, Alexa play, and Massive Vibes Radio. And tonight I must also tell you that after listening to your advice, it relates to support for this program. I call it support for our mission, as Straight Talk is all of you who call, who send emails, or who just listen. You are the ones who make Straight Talk. So having listened to you, my Straight Talk family, I wanted to confirm that I have heeded your call, or heeded to your calls and your advice. And if you find our show impactful and wish to support our efforts, then consider making a donation. And your contribution will help us to continue these important discussions and maintain our commitment to public service. And to donate, all you have to do is simply scan the code on your screen to access the payment form. Whatever your donation, nothing is too big or too small. But let me thank you in advance for your support and for helping us to keep the dialogue alive. So if you so wish to donate, as I said, just simply scan the code on your screen and you access the payment form. And I would thank you in advance for that support. And my Straight Talk family, again, I must welcome the Young Brigade. The Young Brigade, our future, our leaders of tomorrow, Young Dwayne, Tristan, Shamar, Kevin, Young Rue, and Jamal, Travis, Traban, and all of our Young Brigade, my Straight Talk family, again, welcome. And we begin with our observations in review as usual, which are an integral part of Straight Talk. Then we will move into my thesis. And following my thesis, I will include your calls and your emails as mentioned earlier to allow your full participation. Yes, on this program, you do get an opportunity to, as we put it, have your say. Our observations and review highlight the current issues and do some reflection. We may then ask a few questions, my Straight Talk family. And after our observations and review, we will begin our thesis for tonight, which I have titled New Smart Hospital for Rich People and Animals. So don't change the platform, don't change your link. Just spread the word that Straight Talk is now live on your medium. And our first observation, we continue to raise the issue that there is still no word from the Commissioner of Police about the missing cocaine. The Commissioner of Police, James Sutton, is obviously not willing to provide information about this serious breach of public trust, and that's sad. Because this lack of transparency must be of great concern to all of us, and it does not speak well for the organization. Many in and outside of the police force continue to talk about the blatant double standards practiced by Commissioner Sutton, and his conspicuous silence on the missing cocaine only helps to further erode his lost credibility. But Straight Talk will not stop raising questions until we receive answers. And our second observation, my Straight Talk family, we have a cabinet of joyriders. When they are not on a plane, they are on a cruise. An appearance from Central Bastille asked me to thank Marshall for the tickets to attend Coney Island and to let Marsha know that her 4 children really enjoyed themselves. Remember, Marsha got tickets for her constituents to attend the Coney Island show.
This government for independence, the 41st anniversary of independence, we've brought an amusement park called Coney Island. And this is for the children of Central Bastille. We are going to be giving you as a gift tickets to the amusement park. And those tickets will be available at the office of the representative on Central Street. You can go there with your parents, with an adult. It doesn't have to be your parents, to collect your an independence gift from your representative. We should have the tickets available during the course of next week. Coney Island is here until the 6th of October. We want to ensure that the children in the Central Bastille area get an opportunity to attend Coney Island. And so, with those brief words, I want to wish the good people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
So yes, my Stray Dog family, this parent again called me and asked me to extend gratitude to the representative from number 2. And I know this parent did not expect me to publicly pass on her message to Marsha, but she now knows what Straight Talk is all about. She told me, however, that she was not happy to see the Prime Minister and his deputy on a joyride, especially when her eldest daughter, my Straight Talk family, she was not happy at all to see the Prime Minister and his deputy on a joyride when her oldest daughter has not received her 6 results. And she wanted to let me know that, as I said, she's not happy at all. But again, like I said, she asked me to pass that message on to Marsha. My Straight Talk family, my third observation relates to a business owner who has been struck with a heavy hammer, or rather the heavy hammer of the state, as the Inland Revenue Department, my Straight Dog family, levied over $400,000 in back taxes, according to this business owner. And my Straight Dog family, according to the owner of Glimbaro International Trading Company Limited, at the press conference this morning, it was heart-wrenching to listen to founder and managing director of Glimbaro, Lincoln Hazel. This story of a local businessman of 40 years being killed by the National Bank and the government simultaneously, who are trying to find a way to forgive a debt of $130 million. This foreigner at Christopher Harbour owes to the bank and the government that has controlling shares in the bank. But I went to this press conference this morning, my Street Talk family, upon invitation. And I can say that fortunately, Lincoln Hazel, who is a man of God, has only learned to kill rodents and cockroaches. And thankfully, nothing else, because he is in a life or death situation, as he outlined. And the critical scenario and challenges outlined by Pastor Hazel tells us of his personal survival, which is at risk. And we here at Straight Talk can only pray for the survival of this business, which celebrated 40 years, Limbaro International Trading Company Limited. We can only pray and hope that he shall overcome. A Straight Talk family. Another confusing signal was sent by July, my Straight Talk family. Another interesting or confusing signal was sent by Dr. July to farmers in St. Kitts as he visited a tobacco pepper farm on Avery Island in Louisiana. Tabasco, rather, pepper farm at Avery Island in Louisiana. We are told that there was an earlier tour to the facilities in 2023, which was led by Samuel Duggins, the Minister of Agriculture, who focused, we are told, on understanding McHenley's or Henny's advanced pepper growing techniques. But what is so ridiculous about these visits, my Straight Talk family, is the fact that Dr. July and Samuel Duggins are on these visits at this Tabasco pepper farm. But while July was out visiting this farm, St. Kitts and Nevis is out of seasoning peppers because of some mix-up, as Straight Talk family. Because of some mix-up with our local agricultural department. And what is causing this mix-up, my Straight Talk family, is the fact that, as we're told, there are no pepper seeds, my Straight Talk family, no seasoning pepper seeds in St. Kitts Nevis. Whereas, as I said, July is out visiting the Tabasco pepper farm, my Straight Talk family, over there in Louisiana. And here in St. Kitts, the farmers are crying out for seeds to grow their seasoning pepper. And here's the Prime Minister examining and visiting the Tabasco pepper farm, as I said, in Louisiana, while here in St. Kitts, the farmers are crying out for seeds, my Straight Talk family, seeds to plant their seasoned peppers. And one farmer cried out on radio.
Why is it there is no seasoning on the market of St. Kitts. For example, December of last year, Agriculture Department bring a bulldozer up on Milan, start to clean Milan and can't finish it. When they was cleaning Milan, over 5,000 seasoning pepper seedlings was in a nursery. A lot of things going on, right? And what percent of the 25 by 25 have the farmers achieved? Have the Prime Minister met with the farmers since he been Prime Minister? These are things we need to know, because this is the hurtful thing in the country right now. No seasoning peppers on the island when it should have been flooded. Seasoning peppers should have been leaving St. Kitts. The disgrace, total disgrace.
Yes, it must be a disgrace that here the Prime Minister and Minister of Agriculture are looking at Tabasco peppers while our own seasoned peppers are not being grown because of pepper seeds and the lack thereof. But those are my observations in review for tonight, my Straight Talk family. And we will now move right into my thesis, which I have titled, as I said earlier, Smart Hospital for Rich People and Animals. And my Straight Talk family, on these two small Caribbean islands called St. Kitts and Nevis, we have a government led by a prime minister who has become well known for his bold-faced lies and his political games that he does not even play very well. Dr. July is his name, and amongst other portfolios, he has taken responsibility for health. Dr. July is the second medical doctor who has led the Ministry of Health here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And just like the first one, Earl Asim Walters Martin, the health system in St. Kitts Nevis has gone to the dogs. It has shockingly deteriorated. Ironically, my Straight Talk family, both Asim Walters Martin and Terence Michael Drew studied in Cuba. And I recall, and I'm sure that you do, when this young medical doctor who came from the bowels of labor, the bowels of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, and made this post, my Straight Talk family, I'm reminded and want to remind you of this. And if you just read the final paragraph, which states, and I quote, "Patients are dying in droves at JNF. I am sick of referring patients and they are denied access because doctors are lazy or have big egos so they can't be spoken to. The patient always pays the price." And that was a Facebook post from Dr. Melissa Cable Wilson. Yet instead of correcting these anomalies, instead of fixing these irregularities, we are told about this seemingly visionary project to build a smart hospital. My Straight Talk family, we are told about this project.
We believe that a modern and fully equipped hospital with efficient trained staff is long overdue. We are seeking to construct a smart hospital. This is a necessity, not a choice.
And my Straight Talk family, we believe, he said, that a modern and fully equipped hospital with efficient trained staff is long overdue. We are seeking to construct a smart hospital, he said, because it's a necessity and not a choice. But really, when we think about a long overdue hospital project, we can think about the additional wing at the Alexandra Hospital in Nevis, my Straight Talk family. And I'm sure we remember this.
It's been 6.5 years since the ground broke at the Alexandra Hospital expansion wing in Nevis, yet the new wing is still not complete. The delays have caused some debate among persons on the island who question why it is taking so long and how much will it actually cost. Initially budgeted at $19 million in 2017, it is not certain how much the project will cost when it is completed. The NIA previously disclosed that close to $14 million of the budgeted $90 million was spent on the project prior to 2023.
The hospital, in terms of completion date, we didn't give a completion date. I did say that I expected substantial completion by the end of this year. I confess that I did not get an update prior to coming here, and I would hope by the next press conference I'll have a full update on where we are in relation to the hospital. Will it be finished within budget? No. We expect that it will go over budget. We're trying to, however, ensure that it doesn't go too far over the original budget.
Imagine, my Straight Talk family, 7.5 going on to 8 years, over $19 million have been spent, and yet that additional wing is still incomplete. However, my Straight Talk family across the Narrows would appreciate that my thesis tonight will focus on St. Kitts, because the subject of health on Nevis is one of the constitutional responsibilities of the Nevis Island Administration, the NIA. But here on St. Kitts, the Minister of Health and Prime Minister, depending on his mood or memory, his language changes from smart to climate smart hospital. He started with the smart hospital and it changed to a climate smart hospital.
Our commitment to healthcare remains firm. Just 2 days ago, I visited the proposed site for a modern, state-of-the-art, climate-smart general hospital that will revolutionize healthcare delivery in our federation. With the changes in the climate, and all of us are aware of climate changes, we are expecting stronger hurricanes. We are expecting more dry seasons. We are expecting also the insidious changes that will take place. So therefore, the hospital that we have, based on what is taking place with the climate, it is not in good stead to withstand that.
But contrary to what July would like us to believe, the JNF General Hospital is in good stead. It withstood many hurricanes. It withstood a near 200-year cyclone storm. And my Straight Talk family, data is available on hurricane activity in St. Kitts Nevis, believe it or not, from over 2 centuries ago. My Straight Talk family, the data is available. The data is here. And the JNF General Hospital, we must remind you, was commissioned for use in December 1967. 57 years ago, my Straight Talk family. So, Straight Talk thus provides hurricane activity in St. Kitts and Nevis from 1945 to 2019, my Straight Talk family. So when one examines this data on named storms and hurricanes from 1965 to 2017, it must be agreed that the JNF General Hospital is climate smart, my Straight Talk family. The Pogson Medical Center in Sandy Point is also climate smart. It's much older than JNF, as Pogson was built and recommissioned on March 25th, 2009, and celebrates a little over 132 years since it was erected and commissioned, believe it or not, on March 31, 1892, my Straight Talk family. But my focus is on the JNF General Hospital, commissioned in 1967, as I mentioned earlier. So I bring you the named storms from 1965 to 2017 with the dates, the wind speeds, the category, and the names, my Straight Talk family. And they are here. And you can glean from the information on your screens. And in a Category 1 hurricane, winds range from 74 to 95 miles per hour. Winds range between 96 and 110 miles per hour during a Category 2 hurricane. In a Category 3 hurricane, winds range from 111 to 129 miles per hour. During a Category 4 hurricane, winds range from 130 to 156 miles per hour. And in a Category 5 hurricane, the highest Category hurricane, winds are 157 miles per hour or higher. And you can see, my Straight Talk family, in 2017 on your screen, you can see Hurricane Irma, packed winds of 178 miles per hour. Thus, the JNF already experienced a Category 5. And during that time, houses, buildings with wooden roofs were severely damaged, recall my Straight Talk family. Recall our roof program. A Category 5 hurricane would uproot most trees, and it did, and ruin most power poles and power outages. Long-term water shortages were expected. My Straight Talk family, I provided this background information because each time when I listen to the Prime Minister, he comes across as being a confused man, or perhaps, as his colleague said, that the responsibilities of leadership can be heavy, or maybe July, like his colleagues, is overwhelmed. My Straight Talk family, perhaps we can conclude that he's overwhelmed.
Sometimes the responsibilities of leadership can be heavy. A lot of times, if I can be completely transparent, the responsibilities of leadership sometimes can be overwhelming. It can be heavy. And sometimes you question, yes.
Question what? You may ask, my Straight Talk family. But The Prime Minister must be confused, my straight dog family. If he's going to pick $150 million from a tree in his backyard at the gated community at Beacon Heights, where he lives at the expense of the state. If he's going to pick a tree, $150 million from a tree in his backyard to construct a smart or climate smart hospital less than 1 mile from the existing JNF hospital, then we have to ask questions, my straight dog family.
We are looking forward to the construction of that hospital. With everything, we are estimating that it will cost us about $150 million. So that is on its way. And I want to thank OECC, which is a company owned by Taiwan, who is leading on this project. And of course, they would have others with them, but they are the lead on this one. And so,
but many questions, my straight dog family, have derived from this news about the high cost of this medical infrastructure that was revealed a few months ago. $150 million. And one question that comes to mind: will this new smart or climate smart hospital replace JNF? If yes, then we ask the other question: why invest in an MRI and a CT scan for the JNF hospital? If no is your answer, then with JNF already short-staffed, where will this government get staff from? Where will this government find doctors, nurses, radiologists, transportation, x-ray, laboratory staff, and other staff, my straight dog family? Where will they get staff from? You know, another thing we must make mention of, my straight dog family, is the private ward at the JNF General Hospital was closed during COVID-19. Until this day, it is still closed. So the question is, why is this private ward, why has it not been reopened? And think about it, my straight dog family. The JNF opened and still has 164 beds. So what will be the bed capacity at the smart or climate smart hospital? And hear me, there are systemic problems chipping away at the JNF and other health institutions in St. Kitts. So why is it that the clinical enrichment program, why was it abandoned since 2022? Dr. July benefited from that program, which was in place for 20 long years. And all new doctors benefited immensely from this medical orientation, which used to be convened every Wednesday at the JNF. Not one CT scan was done at the JNF since 2022, when the government changed, because the July administration abruptly ended the joint agreement between the government or the JNF and a private supplier. Dr. July has not replaced the equipment, although he said he brought in a new CT scan. Why is it not operational? But let's ask other important questions, my straight dog family. Who is this smart hospital going to serve? Will JNF be for the poor people? And this smart hospital cater for the wealthy? This is another pertinent question to be answered, as the Prime Minister and Minister of Health stunned the nation when he announced that he is now collaborating with Ross University Veterinary School. Because he knew all along that collaboration can bring valuable insights and innovations to this smart hospital. All of a sudden, July has become a convert to the One Health concept, my Straight Talk family. All of a sudden, believe it or not.
One of the things that we brought forward is the concept of One Health. One Health is one of the, maybe the most critical way of dealing with the antibiotic resistance matter, because it brings into focus animal health, plant health, human health, and environmental health. So all of what you're asking, if you have a unified approach, this matter can be dealt with.
It's all about what we call intellectual dishonesty and pure politics. Because Dr. July must have known that veterinary medicine often involves advanced technology and data management, which can enhance patient care in both human and animal healthcare settings. He made this point, which made no sense, and peddled nonsense reasons for building this climate smart hospital. He said this, my Straight Talk family.
The concept of One Health. Why do you think we are building the hospital where we are building it? There's a vet school, a medical school, human health in the hospital. We are going to build a lab that brings everybody together.
Bringing everybody together. All of a sudden, my Straight Talk family. And the truth is, as he said, he's building the climate smart hospital right next to the vet school, the Ross University Veterinary School. And the truth is, veterinary medicine is specifically focused on the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of diseases in animals. Veterinarians care for a wide range of species, including pets, livestock, and wildlife, ensuring their health and well-being. The field also plays a crucial role in public health, food safety, and research, especially in understanding zoonotic diseases, diseases passed from animals to people. That can affect humans. That's why Dr. July said he is now building the smart hospital next to the Ross University Vet School. As according to Dr. July, he now wants all at the same table, and for that reason, he has already signed a memorandum of understanding. He said this.
How are you dealing with it from an environmental standpoint? So all of us need to be at the table and think it's a Nevis will create this One Health concept, and we are building towards it. We have already signed an MOU with Ross University School of Medicine to implement the One Health approach.
That should be Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine, not School of Medicine. He's very deliberate, my Straight Dog family. He doesn't want it to come across that it's the animal school. This is the Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine and not the School of Medicine, as he said. But my Straight Dog family, Dr. Drew is trying his best endeavors to convince us that this climate smart hospital will stand as a groundbreaking testament to the One Health concept, where the well-being of humans and animals is intertwined in a luxurious yet compassionate environment. The Minister of Health has also tried to convince us that by catering to the health needs of affluent clients and their pets, normally attracted by the Russ University School of Veterinary Medicine, the hospital will not only offer cutting-edge medical care, but will also foster a deep understanding of interconnectedness of all living beings. That's what happens at the Russ University, my straight talk family. But you remember while in opposition, Dr. July criticized the MRI machine used at the biomedical research laboratory. You remember he said this, my straight talk family.
Where in the world is the Minister of Health saying to the people that it is okay for you to share an MRI with monkeys?
But yes, my straight talk family, he criticized the use of the MRI, as he said, shared with monkeys. So instead of monkeys, my straight talk family, the Russ University School of Veterinary Medicine deals with dogs and other animals. So July would then have us to believe and have us to share research and laboratories that deal with dogs and other animals. July, as a medical doctor, ought to have been ashamed, my straight talk family, of introducing partisan politics into medicine. As such, a medical service designed to help save lives was welcomed by thousands of citizens and residents. And it was also embraced by the medical fraternity. Nothing but intellectual dishonesty, as I said, as we were told that as a medical doctor, Terence Michael Drew referred the most patients, that utilize the MRI, this vital service, at the Biomedical Research Foundation lab. But Dr. July never wanted to collaborate with the Biomedical Research Foundation for political reasons. And that research foundation has been operating in St. Kitts for 42 years, since 1982, my straight dog family, and has become one of the world's leading biomedical research centers using non-human primates. The local research facility boasts affiliated scientists from over a dozen universities in the United States and in Europe, and has put St. Kitts Nevis on the map with its scientific breakthrough in gene therapy that could possibly lead to cures for a number of diseases. This approach attempts to redefine healthcare as a holistic experience, emphasizing the importance of shared well-being and community. And as the country evolves, would this climate-smart hospital serve as a model for future healthcare development? Could it inspire a more inclusive vision of health that celebrates the bonds some people share with their animal companions and the environment around them? Will it set a new standard for now? How will it set a new standard, beg your pardon, for how humans and animals could coexist in health and harmony, all while embracing the beauty of life on this small federation of 2 islands and 1 paradise, my Straight Dog family? Or will it just turn out to be a smart hospital for the rich people and for the animals, my Straight Dog family? That's my story tonight, and I am not going to change it. I will open the lines then, my Straight Dog family, and entertain your calls and your emails. I'll do so in a few moments. But I always like to implore you to respect others. And of course, to achieve that, we must first respect ourselves. Let us, my Straight Dog family, try to build goodwill and better friendships. And in the things we say and or do, my Straight Dog family, let us strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. With that said, at 6 before the 9 o'clock hour, I go straight to the lines and say, caller, good night.
Mr. Patrick, good night.
Good night, Mr. Bibleman. Good night. How about thou?
Well, fine enough.
You got back your position?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, Patrick, I want you to do, I am giving you a homework.
Uh-huh.
Read Isaiah 59. That is your homework, Mr. Patel.
Okay.
And when you read that there, all what happened, think it is right in Isaiah 59.
Okay.
So please, when you come one day, I'm going to ask you about it, you know.
Okay, the Bible man. Okay.
I am going to ask you about it.
I always do my homework.
I am going to ask about it.
Okay.
Now, open the Bible. Today, I was reading. It's today, but I was reading the Bible. Malachi chapter 4. That is my word tonight, Patin. Now hear what the word of God says, Patin. Behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubborn, and the day that cometh shall burn, said the Lord of hosts, that shall lead them neither root nor branches. Mr. Patrick.
Okay.
You hear the word of God say?
Yes, my brother. Thanks.
And I am going to give one more Patrick scripture.
Quickly, please. Uh-huh.
In Isaiah, he said, there is no peace to the wicked.
Mm-hmm. True.
And you see, I am going to read I am going to tell you, I am going after this because me ain't too long, me don't want to be this. But listen here. When we know God, and this is what you know. 1 Corinthians chapter 2.
Okay.
And this is the last thing I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
The word of God says in 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Is that the natural man can't discern the thing that our spirit but they are foolish discern.
Okay, my brother. Thanks a lot.
I know people not like that. But Nicodemus, we're not going to put on this. That is you here. Because and when you're being born again, spiritual born again, you got to be born again to know the word of God. And when you read the word of God jump out on you, and God reveal himself to you. You got to be born again to know the word of God. I'm going to say it again. The natural man can discern the thing that they are foolish. Not how we read the Bible. If we don't repent, and you're not born again, you can't know the word of God. So say you have a pleasant night.
Have a pleasant night. My Bible man, they go straight back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Good night, Mr. Liburd.
Good night, my dear.
The quotation of all the forms of inequity, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. I repeat, of all the forms of inequality, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much. It's the most shocking, inhumane. Let's go back to the lines.
Healthcare
call you
is
live.
the most shocking and inhumane.
You're live, my brother.
That is good night. How are you?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
That is when you start. I'm great. When you started the show earlier this evening, you spoke about Blimbaro and some challenges he's going through.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, with National Bank. But Patches, let me give you my own experience with National Bank. And if I can say open and the ear, people should move their business from National Bank because they do poor people too much of nonsense, Patches. Patches, my name is Aston Coker. I went to National Bank, Patches, 2 months ago to borrow a loan. Patches, I have savings in National Bank. Let me repeat. Patches, I have savings in National Bank. I operate a small business. At the same time, they had just do a promotion over Marriott for small businesses. Patches, I'm going to spill a little late. I wanted $400,000 to borrow. National Bank tell me they can't lend me. Mine, remember I told you I got savings in National Bank where they could freeze some of the savings and cover the loan. Patches, I leave the bank and I went in the circus to sit. And I must give Dario Morton a lot of compliment from the Bank of Nevis. Me and him get some very well, Patches. And he stopped me in the bank. Sorry, stopped me in the circus. You know, as usual, Coca was going on. And when I tell him, he said, man, let me go upstairs. That's Bank of Nevis. Patches go upstairs with him, no appointment. Totally no appointment. And Patches, he listened to me situation. And he say, you have the documents? I say, yeah. Patches, he took copies, notes, and everything. And within 3 weeks, Patches, within 3 weeks, me not got no kind of business in Bank of Nevis. Absolutely no kind of business. But within 3 weeks, I, Austin Coker, achieve the $400,000 from Bank of Nevis. And I want to say publicly, Bank of Nevis can form and the people should go to them, move their business. That is all I had to do. All I had to do. And they didn't ask me. I did it of my own free will. I removed from National Bank patches $150,000 and put it to Bank of Nevis in a fixed deposit, and the loan was approved. National Bank aim for poor people. They're not ready yet. People need to move the business from them. Have a good night. Thanks to Dario Morton and his bank. Patches, see you.
Thank you very much. Good advertisement there for Bank of Nevis. A free one at that. Caller, thank you for holding your live. Hello, caller. Okay, I'm sorry to have kept that caller perhaps holding too long. It's 9:03 my Straight Dog family. You may have just joined me. We are looking at our thesis tonight. Smart hospital for rich people and animals is a question that we are asking. We've heard the Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for health. He has claimed that he's going to spend $150 million to build a hospital less than 1 mile from the JN France General Hospital. And we can only conclude that this new smart or climate smart hospital is normally interchanges the words, is for the rich people, and JNF will remain for the poor. Caller, you live. Thank you for holding. Hello, caller. Are you there, caller? Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, my lord. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Mr. Liburd.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from observation and a concern. I've been listening to you for the past several weeks, right? And the information I'm getting from you, that you've been very hostile against the government and the ministers of the government. And I recognize that you criticize everything that the government is doing. And I would really like you to reconsider your talk, your fairness and your honesty, that majority of the stuff that you are publicly saying, verbally, proving you to be wrong all the time.
Example?
The other night to criticize the Coney Island is a waste of time, it's a waste of this, it's a waste of that. Look at the massive crowd they had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A success. A joy for the children, for the youth. An entertainment for the people of St. Kitts. A different atmosphere, some place that they can release their stress. Children can find some joy of the agony that they are going through in their country by whatever reason. The government has contributed that and the pledge of independence. You criticize it. Now they're trying to reconstruct a new hospital. You're using the media to criticize it again. Mr. Patrick, I'm going to let you go now, but I want you to hear me out in a fair honesty. You was part of the labor movement many years ago. You work under the administration of the former Prime Minister, Dr. Denzel Douglas. You was the person that in charge of customs. It is alleged that there was not honesty with your operation at the customs. When you was in charge of customs.
Just for a moment. It'll continue, but I never worked for customs, so on Straight Talk we provide the truth and the facts, not what you feel you can say. So correct that. I never worked at customs, but go ahead.
Okay, but you had some kind of position to do with the customs, right?
I never worked for customs, so.
But you had some kind of responsibility over the customs authority, right?
Am I talking? But I answered you two times. Am I speaking Spanish? I never worked for customs. No trabajo con aduanas.
Okay.
But make your point.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Maybe that's my misunderstanding.
But you started, wait a while. You started on such a bad premise tonight in that you said that I criticized Coney Island. I don't know. And I criticized the government. But can I ask you a question? Am I not bringing the facts? Isn't it the fact that the government has done nothing but hurt people for the last 2 years? You look at the economy, it is dead. You just mentioned stress. I mean, you bring Coney Island, yes, it relieves some stress, but October the 6th has come and gone. What are they going to do with this stress now? Are they going to take it to St. Thomas or St. Croix or the United States where you are? You are having fun, but I'm in St. Kitts. Where are you? Where are you calling from? Are you there?
I'm calling from overseas.
Yeah, but where?
I'm calling from the Virgin Islands. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm calling from the Virgin
Islands. Yeah, but so people, we live here. We live it, yes, and we feel it.
I don't want to against him. To give the opportunity.
Yeah, but you're gonna get your opportunity. But on Straight Talk, we bring you the facts.
Okay.
We bring you the truth. We don't bring you no hearsay or this say or that say. If you're gonna bring the facts, bring the facts. You have a right to your opinion, and everybody on Straight Talk and Ian Patches Liburd, have the constitutional right to express myself. If you can tell me that I am talking or telling lies, then I'll withdraw. But you can't just come and fabricate things like that and tell us about St. Kitts when you're living in St. Thomas. We live here. We live here.
Give me a button.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I have the right. I have the legal rights. The freedom of speech. That's why you have the freedom of speech.
Yes.
To criticize the legal government in a wrong way, in a political way, right? You are trying to bring the government down by using the media every Monday, every Thursday. You're saying, look at the economy. Look at the economy under the former Prime Minister, Timothy, and your government.
Money was flowing in the economy. There was money.
How was it kind of?
Man, there was money flowing. Let's just not argue. But there was
a sham. It was a sham.
It was a sham.
It was not a reality within itself. It was a sham.
Listen,
and the country.
Listen, my good.
The country, Mr. Patrick.
This is my good friend. Look at COVID. We had COVID for 2 years. Some people never worked and got money. Nobody had a problem here. We ate and we drink and had fun in COVID. We had the lowest deaths in the entire world during COVID. Where were you? In St. Thomas?
But how much people lost their job under your Prime Minister during the COVID? How much people been oppressed under your government during the COVID?
Well, everybody,
Did your government stand up for the people who lost their job?
Yes, the government. Yes,
the government stand up for the people.
Yes, the whole world. Where you're living on Mars, the whole world came to a virtual halt under COVID. And people from the Royal St. Kitts or the hotel sector got $1,000 every month from the government. Where were you? In St. Thomas. So that's the point I'm trying to make to you. That we live in St. Kitts.
I was in St. Thomas and you think it.
No, you couldn't travel. You couldn't travel during COVID, right. So don't say that. The country was closed. I am saying yes.
That's not true. The country. Travel and you had to quarantine.
No, that's long after, my brother. That's long after. The country was closed.
Whatever time you could have.
But anyway, anyway, I don't.
Give me a second, please.
Wait a while. I don't normally. I must apologize.
I'm the caller, but you're saying me.
But I'm the host. I am the host. Don't say that. I am the host. But right. I am the host of the show. I determine what you say and how long you say it. But I cannot sit back here and allow you to peddle nonsense. And I say so respectfully and talk the truth.
What you calling my sentiments nonsense?
But that's my view.
You wouldn't recognize that what you're saying is nonsense to people,
but
people, abroad.
That is your view. That is your view. That is your view.
You're saying a lot of nonsense is criticizing the government by using the media. Nothing that the government has done is right in your understanding.
Okay.
And the most corrupt government ever exists in Turkey is under your government.
Okay. Anything else? I'll give you.
Okay. You was corrupt. Timothy was corrupt. His brother was corrupt. His administrator was corrupt. Today you need to be in jail. But
my brother.
You and Timothy and his brother need to be in jail.
My brother. My brother, please. Can listen to me.
I'm telling you,
listen.
Straight up, Patrick. Today you and Mr. Timothy and Mr. Timothy brother need to be in jail.
Listen.
The Attorney General is a new staff.
Listen to me, my brother. Listen to me, my brother.
Look how you malign the Attorney General 2 weeks ago. Look how you talk about
listen. Listen to me.
You don't have to respect anybody, Mr. Patrick. You need to respect the government.
I think you want to. This guy. Are you there, caller? You're live. Hello, caller, you're live.
Are you there, caller? Thank you, Patches. Patches, step aside. I am going to dissect that caller that
you have the equipment or something on?
And try to prove you. Hold a second. Hold on. I have to. Hey guys. Hold on. Let me step aside from there. Sorry about that. Patrick, you step aside. Let me deal with this gentleman. First of all, sir, if you had any right about making your commentary, you misappropriately accusing Patches for working with custom. He reiterated that he never worked at custom, so you were wrong there. And you claim that Patches is criticizing the government. Well, without criticism, how could you learn? Without some kind of effectiveness, how can one improve? Patches is not criticizing, not bring down the government. He call out stupidness when it's stupidness. And I can tell you, going back to the premises that was made before, I am not a political swinger, but I am a fact finder and I'm a fact researcher. And when something is wrong and and contrary to the norm of the human in your country, and when premises become comfort for fools, Patches call it out, I call it out. I'm not an associate with Patches, but I listen to you and I observe you. Patches is not, once again, bringing down the government. What happened to the previous administration
when you have people like Carlton Dupont, how he was behaving, would you say he was bringing down the government too? Yes, he was not a minister. But in today's time, which is the signs of times, okay, we are more intelligent. We are more access to our view, freedom of speech, just like you said. But if you are going to peddle something, have facts. I will close there because that's not the point I was trying to make, I come in to make. Okay? So in defense and in observation, I come in there because I call out Fraganaka Bull when it's Fraganaka Bull. Thank you for that time. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. Caller, you know, quite frankly, on Straight Talk, everybody have their view. And you must have what I call intelligible discussion. And we can have a to and a fro, right? But if you are going to level accusations on someone, right, you must be able to prove the allegations. For instance, if we talk about corruption, for example, my Straight Talk family, Terence Michael Drew is corrupt to the core. Terence Michael Drew, when he came into office, has not accounted for the $8 million spent on the Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw Museum that he started without or outside of the Procurement and Administration Act. Terence Michael Drew took $5.8 million of the people's money and agreed with a contract with Cashley Allers for 1,000 water buckets, 1,000 at $5 million. Work it out. One water bucket costing $5,800. I wonder how much they cost in St. Thomas. But that's what they cost the government here. And we can go on, my Straight Talk family. But sometimes you never argue. Do like Mark Twain. You never argue with a fool. They will beat you. You'll have to stoop to their level. And I just did. And Limo told me one time, I shouldn't do that. But once you stoop to their level, they'll beat you with experience. The lines are open, my Straight Talk family. I go straight back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Are you there, caller?
Yes, Patrice. Good evening, Dr. Patrice.
Your humble servant, sir.
Okay. First of all, let me say good evening to all who listen in this program. This is the most, what you call, fear expression program on the airwaves. Patrice, you are one-sided. You are both-sided. You are impartial. That's why I have to say that a lot of people listening to this program here, because if you say that me culture Flintstone in a man house, you have the facts to back up that caller there. Let me take on anybody accusing you of things that you haven't done. Let me tell that caller, come into St. Kitts and you will get a free ride around the country. And when they reach the thing that was done under the former administration, which is the Unity administration, they will stop by each progress that was made and they will ask you, what is that? And you're going to say, well, oh, that's a road that wasn't there when I leave St. Kitts. That is all road I'm talking about. And then they will ask you, who put that there? Who are you going to say? Who are you going to say? You are showing your one-sidedness. You must not be soft. Fear is fear. It doesn't matter who you're talking about. Speak the truth. Condemn wrong. Dr. Drew, he criticized the government when he was out of office. And he said $500 is no money to give people. He's going to give them $1,500. Well, he reached India and he hasn't done that. Instead of he give the $1,500, he reduced the $500 that they was getting. And that $500 came from the idea of Dr. Harris with his other colleagues in his cabinet to care for poor people. That's why he gave the $500. And when the election, when Unity went in, there was some individual who has a high position in St. Kitts. Before Unity had 2 months in office, that individual get on microphone and telling people, he say he gonna get you $500. You go for your $500. Go for it. Well, the $500 come in less than 6 months. And then that individual shut up your mouth. Dr. Harris, in the COVID, big countries out there, they want to know how he get it do. How he, a small little island like this, get to control the COVID. And he gave people, we know how much he gave them, to help them tax him and all kind of people get. So you're talking foolishness and propaganda. You must not be like that, partner. Everything you can talk about, Patches criticize this. Patches don't criticize things that are not happening. Be fair to people always, at all times. Patches, brother, I'm going to talk. No, this post office thing here. You're going to tell me yesterday was World Postal Day. And not 1 ounce of recognition to the workers in the post office. Why? Because what? They don't have no money to recognize them? Or they don't remember them? The soccer engineer, that is his portfolio, and nothing at all was said to them on World Postal Day. And the last thing I'm going to say now, why did they move National Bank out of the government building? That building is the government owned. Why you going to move the own building and go and pay rent in somebody else's building? And look where they carry it, all the way out of poor people reach. Poor people come from east, west, north, and south to go to the bank. And they have to go another road to go boardwalk. All because of what? Somebody get a kickback for them to put the bank in the building. Brother, Patches, if you give me more time, I'll come back. Thank you for your time, so long.
Thank you for your contribution. As usual, my dear brother. And yes, we do have an entertain diverse views, but let's go straight back to the lines. Caller, you live. Hello, caller. Something is just a little jinx.
Yeah, Patches, you there, man?
Yes, my lord. I am having a little jinx here with that overseas line, but you're live. Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, I thought I thought you had to take a shot, man, to relieve you of that caller there.
No, my brother.
Just when you take that shot, man, just make sure it's the mountain round from Nevis, man. Give them guys over in Nevis a sail, man.
A berries from Nevis, right?
Yeah, the berries, man. Don't forget the berries, man.
Berries with some.
The one from the Nevis Peak is the best in the Federation, I heard.
And you squeeze a little lime in it. That's what we do, right?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yes. What's on your mind?
Man, that caller might try to change the trajectory of your show tonight, man. But right off the bat, let me just say, man, in a democracy, there's going to be an opposition somehow.
Always.
You know what I mean? Whether the opposition leader is representing the people or not.
That's true.
Yeah, but like you always say, man, let's disagree, but let's not get disagreeable, man.
That is true.
It's all good. Sometimes we get frustrated, whatever. It's all good. But me, in my opinion, man, when COVID was here, the world was technically rooting for SKN. You know, we was monitoring the situation really closely, and you know, the prime minister at that time, you know, it was a health situation. Some people come up with the idea that the country was closed down for too long. That can still be opinionated. You know what I mean? Suppose the country had opened up sooner and things take off like wildfire and lots of deaths. People just start dropping like flies. Well, what we would have said that, you know what I mean? So that still can be opinionated. You know what I mean? I never really fed into that. But, you know, the government at that time, they managed COVID pretty well. You know what I mean? Like you stated, there was a lot of money passing around. There was no doubt about that. The current government that's in there, yeah, I mean, there must be some good, you know, because I'll be having some talks with a friend of mine, and you know, he always points out that there must be some good that this government is doing, and we know that. We can acknowledge that. You know what I mean? And you know, maybe sometimes you can do that too on this show. Yeah, I mean, but this is your show. You can do what you want to do on your show. I'm not here to tell you to do what you know. I mean, I'm here to tell you what to do on your show. But in a democracy, they're always going to have, you know, the opposite side going to always talk SHIT, whether it's factual or rumor or what. Are we looking at what's going on in the United States, man? The election coming up in less than 4 weeks now, and the propaganda machines are out in full force. A lot of lies is being told in the media. You cannot stop that. You know what I mean? My freedom of speech goes to every citizen has that right to freedom of speech. You cannot impede on my freedom of speech because you're not seeing me impeding on yours. You can say whatever all manner of anything you want to say about me. Them words can't do me nothing, bro. You know what I mean? This is Burl Jones, and I'm from Cotton Ground in Nevis. I don't care what nobody in the Federation says about me. I'm built to take that criticism. Constructive criticism is good. You know what I mean? You can't take that right away from us. A lot of talk being about that freedom of speech recently, but this is social media time. You cannot stop what's happening on social media. You just got to be smart enough to figure out wrong from right, good from evil.
Okay.
That's my little contribution right now, man. I'll come back in later.
Thank you very much. Always welcome your contributions, my dear brother. We go back to the lines. Call you live. Yes, sir. Hello?
I call to say, some people, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Some people, when they live in a glass house, they don't need to trust stone. And if you live in a glass house and you want to trust stone, and somebody throwing back stone at your glass house, you need to be a man and face up to reality, because this is a political conversation.
What is your point? What is your point, really?
My point is, I listen to you majority of the time, and your point, your conversation, your sentiments is not genuine. And a lot of your callers, one of your callers say, National Bank move from where they are to other place, and somebody get a payback. Do he have proof of that? Do he have proof of that? This is what I'm saying. You are like the other night. You tell everything about the Attorney General.
Listen, my brother. Let me say this to you again, right? The only defense that anyone has when it comes to libel or defamation is the truth. And if the Attorney General took me to court before, you know about that, right? And he know what's happened, because the judge said that the Attorney General broke the law. All right? If I malign the Attorney General, let him take me to the court. If I malign you, you take me to the court. So if someone says that somebody gets some kickback, you just call me corrupt. What do you know about me to call me corrupt? You just said I was corrupt. I didn't answer you. Because as I said to you, and I'll say to you here, I'm happy you call back, right? Whenever you call, you are welcome to call. Make your points and move on. I'm going to apply the Mark Twain theory whenever you call on this show, if you ever call back on this show. Do you know the Mark Twain theory?
I don't know it.
This is the Mark Twain. It is. The Mark Twain theory is never argue with a fool. You will have to stoop to his level and he'll beat you with experience. Do you understand that?
That is your nature. That is your nature. You like to malign people. That is your nature.
That
is your nature. You cannot take criticism. I had that conversation with you before. You cannot take criticism. When you're wrong, you cannot take criticism, Patrick.
Okay.
You always think you're right.
Okay.
You always think you're right.
I don't think we get any. I don't think we get in any place here, right? If we don't have it, we're not having a conversation. We're being disagreeable, and we're not making any. It's not. That's not what the program is all about. I don't promote that on the program. So unless we can have an intelligible conversation, we're not going to argue and fight. So if you can call in and have an intelligible conversation, please don't call. Okay? Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Achille.
My Lord.
It's me again.
How about you, sir?
Achille, I just want to show you how dirty and nasty is National Bank. Achille, I have 3 accounts. Hello?
Yeah, you have something in the background, your equipment on?
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, sorry, I'm sorry. I was saying, I'm going to show you how dirty and nasty National Bank is. Patches, I have 3 accounts in National Bank. A business account and 2 personal accounts. Okay? Patches, one day I went town again. And I feel like I wanted some cash in my pocket because normally I would keep my business checking account book with me. Went to the bank to get some funds from one of my personal accounts. Patches, I followed the farmer to withdraw $300. I don't normally use that account. Patches, the teller told me that the account is dormant. I said, so what do you mean I can't get the money? No, because it's dormant. I said, okay. I scrapped the slip and I followed the next slip, which now is a deposit slip. I take $40 out my pocket, Patches, and I give the teller with the slip and the $40. My the account dormant, They take the $40, put it to the account. It's dormant for me to withdraw, but dormant for them to accept. Patches, as they don't put it up on the account, right? I say, let me see the balance. They show me. I follow the next slip, Patches, and I withdraw. I follow the slip to withdraw $340. She watch me. I say, automatically you activate it because you take the money. Give me my money now. Give me my money now. She went and she called the manager. It was a female teller. And me and them guy told, I said, listen, I say diamond, I put on $40. I'll take it. Immediately I'll activate it. Give me my money. Patches National Bank got some dirty attitude, And they need to pull the sacks up with it. Patches me and them always guy out. Because when we go inside there, my mother always tell me, when you are beg, humble. But when you got your money in your hand, no take no BS from nobody. They're too dirty and nasty. How my account could be diamond for me to withdraw? But because I put in on $40, you accepting it willingly, something is wrong, Patches. Have a good night.
Have a good night as well, my dear brother. It's 9:36. We sort of moved away from our script tonight, but that's what Straight Talk is all about. And my Straight Talk family, I just want to set the record straight for that a particular caller who has come in defense of Lucifer. And we all know who Lucifer is, my straight dog family. And Lucifer went to the court, and this is what happened at the court. Because what we do here on Straight Talk, we always try to bring you, as I call it, the unvarnished truth. And if that caller from St. Thomas, I understand he's a plumber, and but that's not important. But this is what was said about Lucifer. Listen to this carefully.
Maybe Mr. Wilkins should be disclosing what's happened. Maybe Mr. Wilkins should disclose that he had failed to pay Social Security benefits for 15 months on one occasion, on another occasion for 5 months, and another one for about three or 4 months. And all of that is contrary to the law. And it is not a simple matter of just saying, oh, you just pay the fines. Because what you expose yourself to there is criminal action. And isn't this something that should be told to everybody? That if you do not pay your Social Security benefits, you are liable to be prosecuted. You hold yourself up for that possibility.
And the Attorney General should have been prosecuted. He broke the law. So don't come tell me about Lucifer Wilkin. He broke the law. Well, let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Patches.
How is the major
Patches.
tonight? How is the major tonight? How is the major?
Patches.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Hello?
Patches.
Yes. We're hearing you loud and clear. Yes, Fallen.
How are you? How are you?
I am peaceful.
How are you?
I am peaceful,
How
my
are you?
brother.
I see you was under fire just a while ago, you know? Telling you, they were exhaust. You you're on the fire, boy. You see? And that is what...
That's what,
you're right to laugh.
that's what Straight Talk is about.
Huh?
That is what Straight Talk is all about, my brother.
Yeah, you have to be a whole veteran.
All right.
Right?
Okay, right.
You have to be a veteran. That is what I wanted to find out. When you're facing problems like this, who would you blame for that? When you're facing problems like this, who you blame for that? You see, what we say, that is a part of life. And sometimes when it's a part of life, when we got problems, we say, well, boy, if my mother wasn't alive, I would have done this. If I didn't live in this society, I would have done that. But you don't worry about that. It's just 3 questions I want to ask you. Catch me? And here is one. I don't laugh. You know? The first,
you're having fun, Major. Go ahead.
Yeah. The first one is, where you must find out where he come from. Where do you come from? One. and what are you living for? And where are you going? So that is why I want to find out, because I mean, people have to work sensible. And I mean, if you have a problem, say it, but don't be you keep so long, and it was like a record decimal. It was recorded. So all I want to find out from you is, where do you come from? Where do you come from? And what are you living for? And where are you going? So you should tell him, isn't it?
Okay.
You should tell him.
But if you don't know where he came from, you can't know where he's going. You know?
That's the point I'm making. That is the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. And that is why I said this is getting crazy. And this is no, you see, man, this is parties, they ain't gonna like us, you know. White people don't like us because we are very frank, you see?
Yes.
And when you're frank, and the frank fella ain't keeping you, keep feeding you. You could tell him what you gotta say, ain't it?
Of course, of course.
I mean, I wouldn't expect you to behave in that manner on the airwaves. But you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. You got to be careful with people. Whatever you have, if you have something and you want to vent, you call him some other player, get your address and talk to him, and you can have a debate. Because I was feeling rather down with that party. But you're smart. You're a old soldier, you see. To be a soldier, you got to be flexible.
Of course.
You got to be flexible. And you're being flexible. You ain't stupid about it. You're from the East, isn't it? And all wise men came from the East.
Yes, my brother.
So you don't have to all wise men come from the East. If you have something to tell me.
Yes.
You with me at the ear and make me trying to humiliate me.
No, of course not. Well, as I said, you know who told me about that Mark Twain quotation?
I like that.
It was Limo, the late Limo, right?
That's the best way.
It was long after. After I came up to this, and I realized I said, this is what Limo told me. I know, and I always remembered it. Because I was there. He tapped me on my shoulder. He's a young man. Never argue with a fool. Limo used to talk, right?
Yeah. You see, the reason for that is because that is tenacity, Tenacity. Some people are very glutton. The glutton.
Right.
Tenacity is very glutton. It's a very glutton thing. You got to be careful. You don't mess around sensible people, man. And cohesive. He's cohesive. You understand this thing? You glutton, you ravenous, and when you glut, you want to eat everything. You know that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I just use the word tenacity, and I done that. Okay. You take care of your party.
Thanks a lot, Major. Okay. It's 9:44. Oh, how the time flies, my Straight Dog family. I am writing. Do I have a call on the line? Caller, are you there? Hello, caller. Are you there, caller? Okay, I thought I had a call on the line. I'm sorry. Sorry there, caller. Dear Patches, I am writing with grave concern about the alarming revelations surrounding Conris and the company he co-owns with his wife, Capis, which possesses citizenship by investment CBI applications. The shocking conflict of interest that this situation presents cannot be ignored. And I believe your listeners deserve answers to the following questions. How is it acceptable for a sitting cabinet member to own a company directly profiting from CBI applications? Is Congress Maynard not using his public office to enrich himself and his family while the ordinary citizens struggle? Is Capis not receiving inside information that gives them an unfair advantage? Given Maynard's position in the cabinet, is it even possible for competing businesses to operate on a level playing field, or has he rigged the system in his favor? Why is Capis handling CBI applications for the Creative Arts Center? Was the contract awarded to Maynard's company through a fair and transparent process, or are government officials now simply handing lucrative projects to themselves? Is the Jew administration protecting its own while the public suffers? How much more abuse of power is the government willing to tolerate before it steps in to hold people accountable? These questions go to the heart of the integrity of our government and the fairness of the CBI program. The public is fed up with seeing politicians and their families benefit while ordinary people are left out in the cold. The people demand answers, and it's high time the Jew administration comes clean. I urge you to bring these questions to your listeners and ask, how much longer are we going to allow our government to be used as a personal piggy bank? Reads this email. We cannot confirm that the company has those contracts or sells these I think they call them shares. I write with you with deep frustration, reflecting the anger of many citizens who are outraged by the troubling rumors surrounding Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew. We are counting on you to bring these urgent questions to the airwaves and hold him accountable for what looks like yet another blatant case of corruption and favoritism in this administration. Is it true that Dr. Drew's wife is receiving a salary from the state? If so, under what circumstances? What special position was created just for her? The people deserve to know if Dr. Drew is using government funds to pay his own household income while ordinary citizens suffer under the weight of the economic hardship. Was there any public competitive hiring process, or is this pure nepotism? How many qualified citizens were even given a chance at this job? Or did Dr. Drew's wife skip the line to collect a state paycheck? How many more positions in government are being handed out as favors? How many of Dr. Drew's family and friends are secretly benefiting from government salaries? Is his administration just another get-rich-quick scheme for those in his inner circle? While we watch our healthcare, education, and infrastructure crumble, how much of the people's money is going straight into his personal network? What happened to the promise of transparency, fairness, and change? Dr. Drew ran on a platform of ending corruption, but what we are seeing now is exactly what he promised to eradicate. Are we the people expected to sit back and accept this, or do we demand accountability? Patches, the people are furious. Enough is enough. We cannot allow the government to be used as a personal ATM for those in power. We demand answers, and we need them now. Dr. Drew must be forced to explain why his wife of all people is benefiting from state funds when so many of our citizens are left struggling. While so many of the citizens are left struggling, beg your pardon. Is this leadership or is it exploitation? It's time to put Dr. Drew on the spot and demand the truth. The public cannot be kept in the dark any longer, and we are counting on you to shine a light on these outrageous abuses. Reads this email. Patches, oh my God, why is Dr. Drew so deceitful? I know somebody who knows somebody who works at Ross University, and she really did tell me that she was made to understand that the hospital might belong to Ross University, and this was several months ago. Why Dr. Drew so deceitful? Reads this other email. Overseas voters are so disconnected. That caller confirmed everything I say about overseas voters. They are out there and disconnected from what is happening on the ground here. Things dry here like overbaked bread, and he's talking about don't always criticize the government. Let him bring the evidence to show the corruption. They like to talk without facts. Somebody only got to say something and they repeat it without knowing any better. Tell him his government killed the economy. Why he don't tell Dr. Drew stop lying to the country and misleading the public, reads this other email. Patches, that's the trouble with some people who live overseas. The government push their crap, and those people out there believe. We live here. We know what's going on. Only who in the kitchen feels the heat. That caller talking about Coney Island, he should talk about the thousands of poor people this government kicked off the PAP and have families suffering today. Can't find money to pay their bills and buy food to eat. This is the wicked government. That caller don't know what the hell he is talking about. Reads this other email. I'll take a few more calls before we wrap tonight's programming. But my Straight Talk family, we looked at our thesis for tonight. We entitled Smart Hospital for Rich People and Animals. And I made the point, my Straight Talk family, that the Prime Minister must be confused, has to be confused, if he's going to pick $150 million from a tree in his backyard at Beacon Heights and construct a smart or climate smart hospital less than 1 mile from the existing hospital. He told us this, my Straight Talk family, that the hospital will cost $150 million. He said this.
We are looking forward to the construction of that hospital. With everything, we are estimating that it will cost us about $150 million. So that is on its way. And I want to thank OECC, which is a company owned by Taiwan, who is leading on this project. And of course, they would have others with them, but they are the lead on this one. And so,
but many questions have derived from this news about the high cost of this medical infrastructure that was revealed a few months ago. July said it's on the way. And one of the questions we asked, my Straight Talk family, will this hospital replace the J.N. France General Hospital? I'll get back to that. Let me take this call. I'll call you live.
Okay, Patches, thank you for taking my last couple minutes. Patches, the Bible also said, answer not a fool to his folly, else he would be wise in his own conceit, and he will bring it up to his level. That's the part there. Now, Patrick, you remember, we heard the mouth of Dr. just said, after the last election, he was bombarded with telephone calls. A lot of investors said they were waiting until the government changed to come and invest. Where are the investors? Caller from St. Thomas, come up and see for yourself. Who built the long pier out in the sea? Who did it? Not Team Unity. Because Dr. Ju said in the 7 years that the farmer administration were in, they have done nothing. Come up and see, look at the pier, look at the road, look at the water over Saddlers, look at all the thing that the administration did. Who gave back the sugar workers and the money that they were short paid off from the Labour administration? Team Unity did that. Dr. Harris did that. And who gave back the people them the money from the bank that held their money and they couldn't get it? Team Unity partner. Come home and look around and then you will shut your mouth. This unity has done so many things in this country that people have to tell Patches that, boy, you are really moving fast in 5 years. Come and look at the houses them of Wellington Road. Who did that? Come and look at the bus terminal and the ferry terminal. Who did that? Come home and stop the bias and chatting nonsense. This government here their motive is to destroy the country. He said the country was financially red, but he still take up 15 people, carry them to New York, to United Nations. Not one of them pay for the passage out of the pocket. Passage time is short, and you're going to take some more calls. So I'll see you on Monday, God willing. Good night, straight talk.
Good night, my dear brother. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Hi there, caller. Hello, caller. Yes, you're live, caller. Hi there, caller. Okay. Hello, caller.
My first commentary.
Hello, caller.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Patches?
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. I was sidetracked by the caller that from St. Thomas. But this is what I need to come in with, which bothers me. Is there a law in the Federation of St. Kitts for a government minister to conduct business contrary to his service that he should and swore to and was elected to? In respect to, it is alleged that name Congress Maynard is conducting private business along with his ministry service that he should conduct. Is there a law against that in St. Kitts and Nevis, which will be deemed to be a conflict of interest?
Well, we can't confirm he's conducting private business, though. I can't confirm.
Allege.
Yeah, but telling me alleged doesn't really move away from the problem. If you're saying it's alleged, it means you can't prove it.
Right, but I'm only asking the question.
Yeah, but you ask the question, but you're saying, well, I'm saying that we cannot confirm that he is conducting private business.
All right, let me proceed then. If such a thing is happening, if such a thing is going on, please stop it. You cannot focus on your duty that you swore to. So if, and let me just say this other thing. If such a thing has happened, shouldn't the Attorney General step in on behalf of the good governance that should be due to the Federation, the people? I do have belief that there are conflicts of interest in the government. And if such a thing is going on, it is prosecutable and finable, if not jailable. That's just my take. Okay. I stand for correction, should it be.
Okay.
So I'm open for criticism, constructive criticism, or someone can correct me in the way I phrase my question.
Okay.
Thank you for having me again. That's it for the night for me. I will continue to listen. Bye for now.
Thank you for your contribution. Caller, thank you for holding your live.
Patrick, good night.
How is Jam Down? Good night, my brother.
I hear Patrick, but some disturbing thing going on around here. I want to tell Terrence Joe and the minister in charge of Inland Revenue, Glenn Barrow here. And if Glenn Barrow facing problem in his business, because he's so much well, as the labor people are saying, he's so much well with the whole hotel, guest house. If Buddy Darby could get millions of dollars out of we treasury and we National Bank, we Penny Bank, where people got there to do what they like. Glenn Barrow could get money to pay bills and live. Because he sold this country just like any white man. And Nancy Buddy Darby do nothing here special in it. You, as a country about these matters. Them fellas looking problem with people, you know. I want to demonstrate with Glenn Barrow anytime he make up his mind. Move away from the gospel thing and fight your fight. I play here with them, you know. I will stand with you. Because I know if Timothy was sitting there, you must let him use a petition. But he got be from where about me and who will be? Who will be back as a Jewish man now?
He's from the United States. I don't know if he's Jewish.
From the United States, or we like white people. Have a good night, Patrick. See you when I see you.
See you, my brother. Thanks a lot for your contribution. Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in health is the most shocking and inhuman. That was a quote that we got tonight, my Straight Talk family. And in wrapping up our program for tonight, this message reads, Patches that caller, Douglas is his godfather, and believe that he's on St. Croix. But yes, my Straight Talk family, we looked at our thesis tonight, Smart Hospital for Rich People and Animals. And in winding up, there are many questions we need to ask ourselves. Will this new hospital replace the Joseph N. France General Hospital? If the answer is yes, why are they building a room and investing now in an MRI and CT scan? If the answer is no, then with JN France General Hospital already short-staffed, where will this government get staff from? Where will this government find doctors, nurses, radiologists, transportation, X-ray and laboratory staff, and other staff? My Straight Talk family. The JNF, beg your pardon, opened with 164 beds. It still has 164 beds, I believe. Although the private ward was closed during COVID. And we asked the question why this ward is still closed and not reopened. But let me take this and make this my final call for the night. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Thank you.
My Lord.
Thank you.
That's.
Thank you.
Yes.
The major.
Yes, Major. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had this other call holding. But go ahead, Major.
Okay.
Go ahead, Major.
Why this is just a thought just come to my mind here. Uh-huh. And I've been looking into it all the time. Hear what it sounds like. Hear what it sounds like. You listen?
Yes, go ahead.
Listen. You can raise your lives, join them. You can raise your life by joining them. But you cannot live, but you can live your life by crossing them. You understand that? You understand that?
A little bit complicated.
Let me say so you get that, you go get it. Good. You can live, you can raise your lives, join lines, or you can live your life by crossing them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thanks a lot for your intervention. And I'm sorry I had you holding a caller. I am awfully sorry about that. You're live. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Liburd, let me get back in real quick, man.
I'm sorry about that. Yes, sir.
You hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, you are loud and clear.
Okay, was a big question was asked at the Prime Minister's roundtable. That was yesterday or the day before. And the question was about the incomplete wing at the Alexandria Hospital on the Nevis side. You know, that created a big firestorm on social media. You know, the Nevis people, it seems like they're very, disappointed they can't get that wing at the Alexandria Hospital completed yet. And, somebody got to, be looking at that. When they asked the Prime Minister that question, he says in a technical way, he says, miss him with that because that's the NIA project. And coming from the Nevis end, funding, the Premier is asking for more funding to upgrade the Vance Armory Airport. So it seems like a lot of these projects have been failing on the Nevis side. And, the mismanagement of the money is becoming a big topic on the island of Nevis. The Nevis people, I believe they should try to figure out a way. We need to start holding these politicians accountable, man.
Yep.
The mismanagement of the money is out of control. The projects are not getting completed on the Nevis end that I've been hearing of. And if Dr. Drew on the Sinky side think that he can pull that on the Sinky side, I don't think he's going to be able to do that on the Sinky side. But right now, while we seem like we have good relationship between the Premier and the Prime Minister, I'm asking to bring on the changes that people have been asking. The constitutional reform and the electoral reform. While Bastille and Charleston seem like they're, is cooperating or in somewhat a friendly relationship right now, the people of the Federation need to get those reforms done right now. If they don't get that reform done that the people have been asking for, then I know definitely the people should take that action and remove these two governments.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man. The people, the electorates know what they got to do to break and bring down these governments. I already gave them this scenario, and I'm going to be coming back with that next week and thereafter. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good night.
Have a good night as well. Have yourself a good weekend, likewise. And as we wrap tonight's program, my Stray Dog family, just to remind you as well as we wrap that we have listened to your recommendations, and if you find our program impactful and wish to support our efforts, consider making a donation, as your contribution will help us to continue these important discussions and maintain our commitment to public service. So thank you in advance for your support and for helping us to keep the dialogue alive. And tonight's dialogue, we focus on this smart hospital. And let's not forget the systemic problems chipping away at the JNF, General Hospital, and other health institutions in St. Kitts. When July got to office, he abandoned the clinical enrichment program in 2022, a program that was in place for 20 years. All new doctors benefited immensely from this medical orientation. He did himself. Not one CT scan was done at the JNF since 2022 when he came to office, because the July administration abruptly ended the joint agreement between the JNF and this private supplier. Dr. July has not replaced the equipment. Let's ask other important questions. Who is this smart hospital going to serve? Will it be a case that the Joseph N. France General Hospital will serve the poor people, and this smart hospital will cater for the wealthy with insurance who can afford to pay high bills? And this is another pertinent question to be answered. As the Prime Minister and Minister of Health stunned the Federation. Yes, he stunned the Federation, my Straight Talk family, when he announced that he's now collaborating with Ross University Veterinary School of Medicine. He said this, my Straight Talk family, and gave a reason why the smart hospital is constructed, or is to be constructed rather, in the area down there, right next to the Ross University. He said this.
Concept of One Health. Why do you think we are building the hospital where we are building it? There's a vet school, a medical school, human health in the hospital. We are going to build a lab that brings everybody together.
My Straight Talk family, July knew all along that collaboration can bring valuable insights and innovations to the smart hospital. But all of a sudden, July has become a convert to the One Health concept, my Straight Talk family.
One of the things that we brought forward is the concept of One Health. One Health is one of the, maybe the most critical way of dealing with the antibiotic resistance matter, because it brings into focus animal health, plant health, human health, and environmental health. So all of what you're asking, if you have a unified approach, this matter can be dealt with.
My Straight Talk family, Dr. July, from the time he came to that position of power, has been intellectually dishonest and has just peddled pure politics. Dr. July must have known that veterinary medicine often involves advanced technology and data management, which can enhance patient care in both human and animal health. He made a point which made no sense and peddled nonsense reasons for building a climate smart hospital. But my Straight Talk family, July is now building the smart hospital right next to Ross University Vet School. According to him, he now wants all people at the same table. And for that reason, he has signed a memorandum of understanding with Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine.
How are you dealing with it from an environmental standpoint? So all of us need to be at the table, and St. Kitts and Nevis will create this One Health concept, and we are building towards it. We have already signed an MOU with Ross University School of Medicine to implement the One Health approach.
The Ross University School of Medicine is in Barbados, by the way. The Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine is in St. Kitts. Right across, not too far, you understand, from where that Jews Smart Hospital will be constructed. Right across from the Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine, which makes a difference. But my Straight Talk family, the Minister of Health also tried to convince us that by catering to the health needs of affluent clients and their pets, normally attracted by the Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine, the hospital will not only offer cutting-edge medical care, but will also foster a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all living beings. Like the animals, my Straight Talk family. You remember he spoke about monkeys and the MRI. Yes, he said this, my Straight Talk family.
Where in the world is the Minister of Health saying to the people that it is okay for you to share an MRI with monkeys?
But my Straight Talk family, instead of monkeys, Dr. Drew Lai will be dealing with dogs and other animals. Because July, as a medical doctor, ought to have been ashamed of introducing partisan politics into medicine. As such, a medical service designed to save lives, welcomed by thousands of citizens and residents, also embraced by the medical fraternity. But nothing but intellectual dishonesty was displayed. As we were told that as a medical doctor, Terence Drew referred the most patients that utilize the MRI, that utilizes vital service provided by the Biomedical Research Foundation Lab, my Straight Talk family. July never wanted to collaborate with that particular institution, my Straight Talk family, for obvious reasons, political reasons. But as we wind down tonight's programming, as the country evolves, would this climate-smart hospital serve as a model for future healthcare developments? Could it inspire a more inclusive vision of health that celebrates the bonds some people share with their animal companions? These are some of the questions that we leave with you, my Straight Talk family. Will it set a new standard for how humans and animals could coexist in health and harmony, all while embracing the beauty of life on this small federation of 2 islands and 1 paradise? Or will it just turn out to be a smart hospital for rich people or animals? And that's my story tonight, my Straight Talk family, and I am not going to change it. Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in health is the most shocking and inhuman. That was the quotation I received tonight. I will leave you to ponder on that quotation. But I want to thank God for guiding our conversation tonight. And as always, I want to thank you who called, the many who listened, and those who sent emails. Remember, you are the ones who make Straight Talk. And for that reason, I say a big, big thank you. Again, if you want to contribute, make a donation today. Just scan the app on your screen. If you find our show impactful and wish to support our efforts, consider making a donation. Your contribution will help us to continue these important discussions and maintain our commitment to public service. Thank you for your support and for helping us to keep the dialogue alive. On Straight Talk, we entertain all views. We do not expect us to agree on all things, but please do not get disagreeable. And remember that whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve. But first of all, you got to believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light. Thank Him for taking you through the night. And my Straight Talk family, keep moving on. Until we connect on Monday, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Remember to be good to all whom you meet. Do your chores. I normally go to church on the weekend. What do you do? But just be good. Bye-bye. Until we connect on Monday, my Straight Talk family, have yourselves a wonderful weekend and keep moving on.
Somehow, down on my knees, to the Lord I kneel and pray, with my heart and soul, beg Him to take me through each day, my guardian to keep, and my guide, over every step I take, He will preside. So whatever my mind conceive, that I will achieve, you better believe, because I do the things I should, be to my brethren kind and good, the best I could. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now, I'll keep moving on, till I reach the top somehow. Protects me with His love, strong, pure and true.